Imagine a day that would change everyone's life, a day like any other, until everything changed. The joy of a family, the smile of a child. But in the blink of an eye, everything faded away. A true story of mystery and anguish began to unfold. This is the journey of Rui Pedro Teixeira Mendonça, a boy whose destiny remains shrouded in enigmas. No one could ever imagine what would happen on that fateful afternoon.
É um amor inesgotável. Eu amo até o infinito.
Até à eternidade.
Até à eternidade, sempre.
Espera por ele até à eternidade.
Espero por ele até morrer. E só não queria morrer sem saber dele.
Welcome to the Criminal Chronicles channel. If you're fascinated by inexplicable mysteries and intriguing challenges, this is the right place for you. Welcome to another video full of sinister enigmas and stories that will captivate your attention from start to finish. If you love unraveling intriguing cases and diving into mysterious narratives, don't waste any time and join us right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any details of the mysteries we're going to explore together from now on. And of course, if you can give that like right at the beginning of the video, know that it makes all the difference for me to keep bringing engaging content to you all. Let's dive headfirst into another intriguing journey. Here we go. Imagine witnessing someone you deeply love leaving home on what seemed like an ordinary day, and suddenly, that person disappears without a trace. Years pass, and the only glimpse of them is found on obscure internet forums. This is the true story of Rui Pedro Teixeira Mendonça, an 11-year-old Portuguese boy whose disappearance still remains shrouded in mystery. The account begins on the 4th of March, 1998, in the peaceful village of Lousada, Porto, Portugal. The Teixeira Mendonça family enjoyed a comfortable life, consisting of Manuel Mendonça, Filomena Teixeira, and their two children, Pedro, 11 years old at the time, and Karina, 9. However, everything changed abruptly on a Wednesday afternoon. Rui decided to take advantage of the break between lunch and school to ride his bicycle. He had the desire to hang out with Afonso Dias, a close friend and family acquaintance, then 21 years old. The age difference raised eyebrows. After all, it's not common for an 11-year-old child to spend time with a 2010-year-old adult. Afonso was familiar to the family and frequented the Teixeira Mendonça household, although he was known for his modest financial condition and somewhat childish behavior for his age. There were reports that Afonso had connected with Rui after getting his driver's license at a driving school run by Filomena, Rui's mother. From then on, the two developed a friendship. On the day in question, Rui asked his mother for permission to go out with Afonso. However, Filomena refused, suggesting he stay nearby. So, Rui headed to a quiet area behind his mother's office, a place where he often played with other village children. However, later, around 6 in the evening, his mother received a call from the school informing her that Rui hadn't attended classes that day. Faced with this news, she was completely distraught, as this was an unprecedented situation. She immediately set out to find her son, but he was nowhere to be found. Faced with this impasse, she alerted friends and neighbors, initiating a desperate search. In a short span of time, a neighbor reported discovering Rui's bicycle abandoned in a high-grass verge, approximately an hour after the boy had spoken to his mother. The intriguing aspect was that the bicycle seemed to have been deliberately placed there to remain hidden. Faced with this discovery, the family contacted the police, who, according to reports, showed little interest in the case on multiple occasions. The search for Rui extended into the early morning hours, and the next day, authorities officially declared the boy as missing. In the face of this situation, the family was in deep despair, uncertain of how to proceed, except to turn to questioning Afonso Dias. As per police accounts, during the interrogation, Afonso exhibited peculiar behavior. Initially, he appeared surprised upon learning of the boy's disappearance. Responding with a certain calmness, he denied having any knowledge of the incident, asserting he hadn't seen the boy for a day. However, other children playing nearby were questioned and revealed having seen Rui in the passenger seat of a black car that drove by. The driver of this car was Afonso Dias. Several other individuals also confirmed witnessing the same scene. Subsequent investigations revealed that the vehicle in question was indeed a black Fiat Uno belonging to Afonso's brother. Some informants alleged that Afonso possibly borrowed the car for the government's annual inspection, although there was no concrete evidence of this commitment. Another testimonial emerged when, as everyone was considered a suspect, Rui's grandfather, Pedro, confronted Afonso immediately after leaving the police station. Pedro offered a substantial sum of money in exchange for the truth about his grandson's whereabouts. At that moment, Afonso cried and admitted not knowing, but suggested that to find Rui, they should close all borders. This statement raised suspicions that the boy might be taken out of the country. The situation intensified with the testimony of João André Mendonça, Rui's cousin. João André told the police that Afonso had invited him and Rui for a car rendezvous with a prostitute days before the disappearance. However, João André couldn't attend because his mother didn't allow him. He also mentioned not knowing if Rui had been taken to the location. Moreover, João André stated that he had been threatened by Afonso from the beginning of the case not to disclose this information. Tensions escalated further when, while João André was testifying to the police, Afonso became agitated, ordering him to shut up and not interfere. These signs pointed to Afonso's possible involvement in the incident and the existence of deeper secrets. At this point, the family was grappling with dreadful thoughts, such as kidnapping and murder. Their lives had been abruptly transformed into an overwhelming nightmare. Despite the accounts against Afonso, he was released by the police station as if nothing had happened, since the authorities viewed the case as a simple disappearance, assuming Rui might have gotten lost and would reappear. While this perspective was adopted due to the lack of concrete leads, for the family, this approach felt negligent, as they were determined not to rest until they found their son. Naturally, the case soon attracted public attention, as child disappearances were a rare occurrence in the region. Consequently, with the story being broadcast on TV and in newspapers, several people also claimed to have information about Rui. Some called, assuring they had seen the boy in various places, although none of these accounts provided solid evidence. In fact, a video was even sent claiming to show Rui in a hotel in Spain, but the authenticity of the content couldn't be confirmed. However, a particularly poignant report came from a specific phone call that Filomena received. On the other end of the line, a child with an identical voice to Rui's was shouting and pleading incessantly for his mother. The call didn't last long, as someone abruptly ended it. Despite this, for Filomena, it was enough to be certain that it was her son's voice. While the authorities responsible for the case faced difficulties in tracing this connection, this frustrating situation triggered a series of events. Rui's family grew increasingly disheartened and began expressing their dissatisfaction with the Portuguese authorities' approach publicly. About a month after the boy's disappearance, a journalist on vacation at Disneyland Paris captured an intriguing moment. As his family enjoyed a ride on the Pinocchio attraction, the journalist noticed a boy bearing a remarkable resemblance to Rui seated behind him. Next to the boy was a bald man wearing a red jacket. Despite thorough analysis of the photograph, definitive conclusions remained elusive, and uncertainty continued to shroud Rui's fate. However, the scene dramatically shifted on the 1st of September of the same year, when United States police uncovered an extensive international network of child pornography named Wonderland Club. This secretive and exclusive community exchanged files involving children engaged in sexual situations, even in a time before the deep web as we know it existed. Membership in the group required recommendation and the contribution of 10,000 files, making this horrifying reality even more unbelievable. The operation led to the seizure of hundreds of thousands of files, depicting over 1,200 exploited children. Amid this somber backdrop, images of Rui and an explicit video showcasing him being subjected to abuse by several individuals came to light. Confirmation followed through an analysis employing a facial mapping program to discern his identity. This shattering revelation compelled the family to confront the grim truth. Rui was indeed in the images. The case took a sinister twist, with many believing Rui's fate had been tragic, particularly due to the heightened exposure of the situation. Consequently, the momentum of the national authorities' investigations dwindled even further. Nonetheless, even in the face of challenges, Rui's family did not forsake their quest. In 2006, they chose to enlist private investigators, aiming to finally attain answers. Through a blend of their own efforts and public pressure, significant leads were gathered, all pointing towards Afonso as the prime suspect. The unfolding of events led to a trial in 2011, where more than 50 witnesses were summoned, including Alcina Diaz, whose identity remained protected. Alcina shared a crucial testimony, recounting an encounter with Afonso on the day of the crime. She was working on the road when she witnessed Afonso arriving with Rui in his car. Alcina's account revealed a horrifying situation, where Afonso apparently attempted to pay for sexual services involving the boy. However, Rui was clearly in agony, prompting Afonso to take him to a more isolated place, fabricating a situation to allow Rui to leave. Additional testimonies from eyewitnesses corroborated Alcina's story, including the account of Rui's younger sister, who stated that Afonso had taken pictures of her and her brother a year before the disappearance. This set of evidence, however, was not sufficient to secure a conviction. Despite this, the family persisted, and finally, in 2014, Afonso was indicted for aggravated kidnapping and received a prison sentence of over 3 years. Still, the justice system deemed the evidence insufficient to link Afonso to Rui's disappearance. Before his arrest, Afonso gave a television interview, maintaining his innocence and stating that, if he could go back, he would never have gotten involved with the Teixeira Mendonça family. He argued that his own life was being destroyed by the case. However, in 2015, Afonso was released and served only 2 years in prison due to good behavior. In 2018, footage emerged of a man resembling Rui, but he was identified as a homeless resident. In 2019, the justice system declared Rui's presumed death, officially closing the search. Even so, Rui's mother keeps a room dedicated to him and continues to honor his memory. In an emotional letter in the Terras do Vale do Sousa newspaper, she expresses her love and hope for a reunion somewhere beyond time. And thus, we conclude another fascinating dive into the shadows of the world of crimes and mysteries. If you were intrigued by the twists, the puzzles, and the engaging narratives we've explored here on the Criminal Chronicles channel, don't miss the chance to join us on this ongoing journey. Subscribe right now to the channel so you don't miss any electrifying episodes that are yet to come. Every case, every meticulously investigated detail relies on your support to keep happening. Drop a like, because that's what motivates us to keep bringing you quality content and meticulous investigations. Comments are also essential. Share your theories, opinions, and ideas. Your participation makes this community even richer and full of energy to unravel the greatest criminal enigmas. Remember, producing videos as engaging as this is a challenge, but with your support, we can keep exploring the stories that stir our investigative instincts. So don't waste time. If you're not yet a part of this community passionate about mysteries and intriguing crimes, click the subscription button, activate notifications, and leave your mark in the comments and likes. Together, we will unravel the most complex secrets of the criminal underworld. Until the next video, detectives.